Hey Wonder Crew, it's Future Mike here, being out flying. And you know, I realized when I was out at the tiny house, I did a lot of drone flying because my whole aim was to learn and up my skills in flying, especially considering that amongst trees and stuff like that is not the way I would normally be flying. Most of the flying that I'll be doing for the channel will likely be in more open spaces and such like that, but being able to fly in adverse situations is exactly what you need in order to fly even better in the open spaces. So what I want to do is I want to take some of the footage that I took from the drone on the last trip, and I want to go over 5 lessons that I learned while flying at the tiny house, as well as show you some bonus footage and clips that I got, how I got them, and why they're going to be so amazing when we do trips like Jamaica that we've got coming up left. So without further ado, here's 5 lessons that I learned while flying at the tiny house. Let's look at a split screen. On the left side of the screen, that's my phone on a DJI Osmo, maybe 6 to 12 inches off the ground. Right side, that's my drone, hovering at about 5 feet. Same walk, same path, very different feel. If you're solo filming and forgot your tripod, or you just want something a bit more cinematic, launch the drone. Even a simple static hover gives you a great angle, and if you're already in the air, you can sneak in a slow rise or a subtle pan to give you motion without overdoing it. Even just hovering in place, the drone gives you solid coverage, but the real magic, you can turn a static setup into a cinematic moment, like a gentle rise or a slow pan, without needing a crew. It's more than a tripod, it's your one-man film team. Obstacle avoidance might save other flyers, but when you don't have it, you have to be your own sensors. I'm flying my DJI Mini, not the Pro, so I don't have it. The number one thing I keep checking during every flight? Height, especially above the trees. You'll see in these shots, most of them are me deliberately staying just above the canopy or slowly rising to get that overhead drift. It looks smooth, but I was constantly adjusting because when you're flying without protection, one misread about tree heights or slope and it's game over. You might think flying a drone is all about watching that screen, but let me tell you, the screen can lie. You need to keep your eye up, or you could lose your drone in a split second. One of the biggest things I've learned, keep your eye on the drone. It's tempted to just focus on your controller screen, but that's how you miss the low-hanging branch behind you or a sudden gust pushing you sideways. Especially with drones like the Mini 3 that don't have obstacle avoidance, your vision is your only real defense. Here's a lesson I didn't expect. Because drones are so much fun to fly, but going slow actually looks better. The sin mode on most DJI drones became my best friend on this trip. Not just because it smoothed out the shots, but because it gave me time to breathe. When you're flying without obstacle avoidance, every extra second counts. You need to react fast, and going slow gives you that room to do exactly that. Here's a lesson I will never forget. The wind lies. What feels like a light breeze on your face might be a storm up at 100 meters. I learned that the hard way, trying to land my drone in what felt like calm conditions where I was, only to have it spin, drift, and fight to stay upright in gusts I didn't even know were up there. The Mini 3 held on, but it was close. And without obstacle avoidance or a stronger airframe, that could have easily been the end of the shoot. Or the drone.
Brother.
Nope, I totally get it.
I saw your drone flying and I thought, oh, he's just not having some fun. So.
Yep, and I promise I won't take pictures of anything sensitive.
There's nothing sensitive on here, don't worry.
It's an oil derrick. It's the same as every other 500 of them.
You got it,
or
brother.
5,000 of them.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too, man. That is one of the reasons why it's very important to get permission to do flying when you're going to fly, because you never know who's watching, you never know who's going to be taking an interest in what you're doing. Obviously, I got permission to fly the drone well before I ever put her up in the air around here. In fact, before I even booked the Airbnb. So it ended up being no problem. But let that be a lesson. Get permission. Know where you're flying. Know what the rules are. Well, I hope those lessons really helped you. I hope that you got a little bit of something out of it. So if you did enjoy it, if you're loving what you're seeing, by the way, more tiny house episodes coming up in the coming weeks, so don't worry, there's lots coming up there. Do like, do subscribe, do keep up. I invite you to check out our Patreon as well, and until next time, keep exploring.